Okay, we coming down to once again we've taken equations and drawn graphs, right? And now we're doing it backwards. We're taking the graphs and writing equations. The learning target is I can write a cube root function of the form a x minus h plus k, or cube root of 1 over b x minus h plus k, and this is from a graph. So here we go. Let's do it. We have some of the same things that we've done. We've got this point of inflection, right? They call it a point of symmetry on here. And then we have two other points that we've known, and I've put the rules up here. Like the same point, that initial point 0, 0 is once again hk. And again, to change 1, 1, we multiply the x value by b and add h. So that turns into b plus h. And this one, we multiply by a and add k. So 1 times a is a plus k. And if we need to, we can use this guy. The only difference is that my b is going to be negative and my a is going to be negative instead of positive. And we may not need to use it very much to figure this out. So let's go ahead and get h and k here. This is the point we're looking at, that point of inflection or symmetry. And it looks like due to this scale, it's moved over 1 and up 7. So my x value of that point is 1, which is going to turn into my h, right? My k value is up 7. So we can see h and k. I'm going to write it over here, 1, 7. All right. So all we really need to do is find a. I'm going to underline this one. That is the one I'm going to use on this. I'm going to use that point. All right. Let me put it back down for you. And from there it goes to, let's take a look, it goes to 2, 9. So 2, 9. And that means b plus h gives me 2, 9. I'm going to anticipate b to be 1. It's asking for a. I'll do that later. A plus k gives me 9. So I'm going to write that down here. There's not a ton of room down here. Maybe I'll write it up here. A plus k gives me 9. We already know the k value is 7, so a plus 7 gives me 9, and a is 2. Just because, let's do the b. So b plus h gives me 2. And h is 1, so b plus 1. And as we anticipated, b is 1 again. So a is 2, b is 1. I'm not going to write it. And here's our equation. So I'm going to write it up here. G of x equals, my a value is 2. Let's get that cube root in of x minus, what, 1 for h? Plus 7 right there. And I'm going to circle it. Okay? Coming over here. I'm going to do one more. 2 more. I'm going to do one on the other side. I can see my inflection point here again. That's the point where it kind of goes down sharply and then back out sharply. And it looks like that once again is, judging by the scale, is 2, 1. So I'm going to say my h is 2, my k is 1. And then we're going to take this point here, which looks to be 5, 2. And we're going to say that's what our 1, 1 was stretched to, 5, 2. Now it's asking for b, so it's asking for this one. I'm assuming a is going to be 1, but we'll test it out anyway, so let's do. We'll say b plus h is equal to 5. We have an h value of 2, so b plus 2 equals 5, and b equals 3. Not too bad, I'll write it here. Let's try our a anyway. A plus k is equal to this guy 2. K is 1, so a plus 1 equals 2, and a is equal to 1. Sure enough. It's just using those two values that we know. So let's do this. We're going to write our equation. G of x is equal to, in this case, the cube root 1 over b, so that's 1 over 3, and then we have x minus 2, and out back we say plus 1. Just do one more together. Alright. And I think this is the right page, so here we go. Got one more here, and I'll leave you this guy to try. Alright, this is a little tricky. Look what it does. It gives us our inflection point way down here. So it looks like I probably have a point here, and it left one of these points off, but that is the point we're looking at for that point of rotation or symmetry. And if I go over 1 and down, looks like, oh, I go over 2, so my h is negative 2. I go down 2, 4, 5, it looks like. Seems to be 5. Looking at it more carefully, it looks like 5. K is negative 5. So I know 0, 0, which is in fact hk, move to -2, -5. Well, I have another point up here. Actually, this point is the one they gave me. So that is going to be, and let's write the rule, that's where 1, 1 moved. We know to make 1, I multiply by b and add h. That's what that turns into. For this 1 to change, we multiply by a and add k. And it changed into, and that looks to be -1, -3, if I'm reading that correctly, and I think I am. It's asking for a, so let's say a plus k, we're going to use this part to find out our a, is equal to -3. K is -5, so a minus 5 equals -3, and if we solve that, it's kind of hard to fit in there, but we can see if we add 5, a is 2. And let's go ahead and do the b just because. I'm going to put it over here, this guy right here. B plus h is -1, so I'm going to say b plus h equals -1. B, let's see, what was h? H is -2, sure enough. B minus 2 equals -1, we can see our b is going to be 1. Again, it seems like they're pretty constant. When they don't ask for it, they've been making that value 1. So let's plug this in. G of x equals a, which is 2, times the cube root. Make sure we get that index in there, right? That 3 right here. We don't need to put our b in, so what is it? It's x minus -2, so x plus 2. And I didn't really need those parentheses, but that's okay. Minus 5. I'm going to circle that, and I'm going to let you guys try this guy. And that's almost this whole lesson. I'm going to show you how to do a couple more after this, but we're going to stop. And I'm actually turning in for the night, so I'm going to put the rest of this up here tomorrow. Talk to you guys soon.